Hi Gemini, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May mid-month tarot check for all Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I want to thank all of you who've been watching the readings. I really appreciate that, and I'm having fun doing them for you. Thank you too for subscribing and commenting, liking, and sharing my videos. If you're new, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and tap the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So I generally do a weekly reading. Next week I'll do a weekly. I do a love check. I just started that. That'll be the first Friday of every month. And then I also posted a seasonal reading, which is for the months of May, June, July, August. So if you're interested in the summer months, that's also posted for you. So this is for the rest of May. And again, remember the energy, time is fluid. So the energy may have already started, but it might also be continuing for a while past this reading. So we'll see what the cards have to say. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, check out another part of your chart. And if you've never done your chart, you can always get onto like Cafe Astrology, and they do it for free, and it's accurate. I had mine done professionally many years ago, and I compared it, and it came out the same. So yeah, so you might want to go get your chart if you don't know what your rising, moon, or Venus are. All right, this is for Gemini. Here we go. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus for Gemini. All right, your current situation, you've got the Four of Swords. That card keeps coming up with the Hanged Man. That's immediate influence. And in your destiny here, you've got the High Priestess. The distant past, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. More recent past, the Nine of Pentacles. Coming towards you, you have the Moon. And you're represented here by the Knight of Pentacles. The energy and the people around you are the Fool. Your hopes and fears are the Three of Swords. And then you end on the Nine of Swords. But at the bottom of this, you have the King of Cups. Interesting. So I do think... you know, I think for some of you, you're single right now for sure with the Nine of Pentacles, and then of course the Hanged Man and the Four of Swords. More the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords together. But let's talk about the energies represented here. You've got air, so that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You have Pisces here. You have Earth, so you've got Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And yeah, so you start off here with this Hanged Man and the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Hanged Man is also represents a four. See how his little legs are, and he's making a four. If I turn him this way, you can see it a little better. He's also a four. So sometimes this, you know, when I see this together, it starts to seem like maybe 4 weeks or something like that. I don't think it's the fourth month as much as there's definitely a four to this, where I do feel like it's a time of changing your perspective, a time of not wanting to fight. I do think some of you got into a fight with somebody or had an ending with somebody, and it just really changed your perspective on them. It changed your perspective on how you see the world. And some of you may have gotten caught up in being talked about, and it just was like the trust, there was betrayal there, I guess is what I'm feeling. There was some kind of betrayal here. And it caused you to really look at some things, really take a look at the landscape of your life and think about, where am I going? Where do I want this world to take me? What do I want in my physical reality? It might have been with a Pisces where you had some kind of falling out. Now, there's pain in this reading, but I feel like it's more like this other person. I think you've got some new love coming in. And it, like I said, I mean, it could be like in another month or two. It definitely feels, though, like there's something new that's going to come in. Your destiny here is this High Priestess. And again, I think that you had to, it's encouraging you to rely on your intuition. And people teach us how to treat them, okay? So if you had somebody who was betraying you, who is a liar, it's really time to cut them free. They're not going to change, and they're using you as convenience. It really is time to let this person go. I don't see anything negative for money aspects. I do feel like this is more about the relationship realm. I think that your money has been stable for a while, looking at these cards. It just feels like there's a conflict with somebody here. And so anyway, trust yourself. Your destiny here is to really build up your own personal power, to trust yourself, to know that you're intuitively guided. And when we listen to that intuition, we'll get the answers that we need. We just have to open up to them. So if you pray and ask to be opened up, but also pray and ask for guidance if that's what you like to do. So with this high priestess, again, I do feel like there's something that's coming to light here, because you also have the moon too. So in the past, this was a big offer, right? I do feel like you had financial prosperity that came through. Things were abundant. You may have even acquired some new things in the last year, like a house, a new car, material things. Material things were definitely coming in. There's a real sense of satisfaction with this. Like your, communication abilities have served you well. If you work in communications or telecommunications, that has served you. It's a very good industry for you, in an area where you can really make money. So for some of you too, you may have done some side work where you were even answering phones or doing something like that, where it's bringing forward more money for you and strengthening your reputation, where people are starting to think about calling you for consulting or calling you for jobs, things like that. And like I said, you've got this 9 of Pentacles here, and this was a real time of flourishing this past year in terms of money and gaining in the material plane. Some of you may have really done a lot in terms of fitness, wellness, going to yoga, going to the gym regularly, eating right, staying away from sugar, stuff like that. And it's really served you well. You've gotten on track physically, mentally, and spiritually. But again, I do think there's somebody here, and with this moon card, that they're hiding some things. I definitely think in some cases it may have been a third party where somebody was hiding something and they're interested in coming back around, or they feel there's unfinished business, but you don't. It's finished, and they're interested in, again, could be a Pisces, they're interested in revisiting this, but I don't think that you're going to have any interest in that. I think it's time for you to branch out, to walk free, and to just take a leap of faith, because there are going to be new people coming in, and they're going to be trustworthy. They are going to be emotionally stable. I feel like this person they're very wishy-washy, very kind of bipolar. They change their mind quickly. They have kind of a short temper. They're just not, they can be fun to be around because they are high energy at times, but it's like there's an instability here with this person. So, you've got this representing you with this Knight of Pentacles, and I just don't think you want to be pushed in any way. You have some kind of new luck coming your way. Like I said, you've got some kind of prosperity. You may actually meet somebody who becomes like a long-term friend, or you've met somebody recently, and this isn't a love thing. This is more like a friendship, but they're going to connect you to some people who are really going to help you with your career. So for whoever this is for, there's like a new chapter coming in. I do think you have a new chapter with love, but also some new opportunities with money that are going to show up. But again, I think this is something connected to you kind of slowing down, keeping your feet planted on the ground, and starting a new chapter. And then you have the Fool energy around you. And I think this is representative of two things. One is you've got an environment around you now. As long as you keep this, whoever this individual is, keep them at bay, you'll be fine, because you have new energies coming towards you. I think they are somewhat foolish. I think that they are fooling themselves and thinking that they're going to, be able to manipulate you or get you to take them back, especially if it was a third party. So for whoever that was for, there was definitely heartache here with this Three of Swords. It was, for some of you too, they may have taken money from you. I'm getting that too. but there was a lot of disillusionment, and that's going to be done with the High Priestess and the Moon. It's time for you to see things as they are and just to part ways, really. It was really a heavy time. That person put you through a heavy time. And even if they come back and acknowledge it, it's just, I don't think they've changed enough. So I do think that this Nightmare card, I think it's a couple things. One is it's when this shows back up, it's painful again. It reminds you of things that you had to work through. But I also think this is them. I think that they're used to using their charm. They're used to manipulating people. And when that doesn't work, it's like they run out of moves. This person is all out of moves when they cannot find a way to manipulate other people. And I think in some cases, they feel like you're a reliable person, that they kind of always have you in their corner. And if they don't, then it turns into this. They feel very alone. Don't let somebody manipulate you either by saying that, well, I'm completely alone, or, try to emotionally manipulate you. Just don't allow it, because they're always going to do that, and they're never going to get better when that works. However, you do have this coming towards you. And this, like I said, it could be representative of 4 weeks. It's possible it's 4 months, but I feel like it's, even between 1 and 4 months. It's somewhere in there coming through. This is a new love offer, and it's somebody who's very stable. It's somebody who is a great communicator, but they've got every area. They've got stability in work life. They've got a great family life in terms of, they're speaking on speaking terms with everybody in their family. But they're just like the ideal, loving, supportive partner. And they're going to relate well to you. They're just somebody who's really good at communicating and talking through conflicts and expressing themselves. It's somebody mature too. So whereas I feel like this other thing was very immature, this is a mature person coming through. This is an oracle card to attract more love into your life. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. So, if you've been single for a while, it does seem like you've been enjoying that. And if you have somebody that tries to come back around who's just not, there's sort of this part of you that always wants to take them back, it may be time to be stronger, than you have in the past. Ask and it is given, from Abraham Hicks. My life is supposed to be fun. And he's looking like he's having fun, isn't he? Whoops. Be easy about all of this. Life is supposed to be fun, It's Abraham's powerful desire that you return to your state of self-appreciation. We want you to feel love for your life, for the people of your world, and most of all for yourself. There is great love here for you. So that concludes our reading this week. And again, if this didn't resonate for you, check out another part of your chart, because some of these were very specific to somebody. But I can tell you, I almost always get somebody that tells me it's their reading, so I have to give it the way that it comes up. I'll be back again for a weekly reading, and then tarot check for June already. Can you believe it, guys? So I love you so much, Gemini, and I'll see you again soon.